Former New Jersey Superior Court judge and host of the Judging Freedom podcast, Judge Andrew Napolitano. So, Judge, the prosecution.
Morning, guys.
The prosecution wants us to believe that Michael Cohen is a credible witness, but what we saw yesterday, it looks anything but.
Well, you know, the government has to take their witnesses as they find them. And often, I can tell you this from having tried many criminal cases, the witnesses are guilty of more than the defendant who's on trial, even if you believe everything the government says. So here's the question for the jury. Can liars tell the truth? Because there's no question but that he is an inveterate liar. Todd Blanche went through lie after lie after lie after lie. Was there a knockout punch? No. Did he get him to walk back his testimony? No. Is there enough corroborating evidence in the documents to allow the jury to convict? I think there is. But he did rattle Michael Cohen in a very sophisticated, highly professional cross-examination.
Should the defense, the Trump defense, call Robert Costello next week?
I don't think they need to. It is irrelevant, Costello's opinion. And let me say, I know Bob Costello. He is an excellent lawyer. It's Rudy Giuliani's a former lawyer. They're now in litigation over fees, as sometimes unfortunately happens. It is irrelevant what Bob's opinion is of Michael Cohen in general. It is relevant if Michael Cohen told Bob Costello a different version of these critical events than he told the jury. They might want to put him on the stand for that purpose. The real question, if I can jump ahead, is they're going to put their client on the stand.
I was just going to ask you that.
Now, if I were Todd Blanche and Donald Trump says to me on Monday morning, put me on the stand, I'd put some hot peppers in his sandwich at lunch to give him an upset stomach. So he has to leave the courtroom. So he can't go on the witness stand because the last thing in the world, forgive me, Mr. President, the last thing in the world you want is for Donald Trump unhinged under oath on a witness stand in his own case where he's the defendant.
That's not going to happen, right?
I don't think so.
They're not going to call.
They are really going to give him unanimous and strong advice. You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. Trust us.
Assuming the jury gets this case next week, which it seems like that is certainly, we could have a verdict by this time next week.
I hope so, because you don't really want a long 3-day holiday vacation, which we have next weekend because of Memorial Day, to intrude into a critical part of this case.
When you look at a New York City jury, again, Joe Biden won 90% of the jurisdiction. Can this ideologically narrow-minded group of people, these 12 jurors, can they really give Donald Trump a fair shake here?
Well, they all said under oath they can, and Todd Blanche signed off on all 12 of them at the time they said it. And in my opinion, I know there's been a lot of criticism of the judge. He shouldn't be on the case. His wife's a Democrat. His daughter raises money off it. I get all that. His demeanor in the courtroom has been very fair and very professional.
I want to ask you, Senator Bob Menendez, obviously also on trial. We haven't talked a lot about that. We've been talking about
with a U.S. Senator on trial.
Yeah,
also.
right. We have a U.S. Senator on trial. This defense that he's trying for, very unusual.
So he's got two defenses here. One is, I'm afraid of banks and that they might confiscate my cash. So I accumulate, rather than put $450,000 in the bank, I put it in my jacket pocket, in my closet, and in the safe in my home. The other is, I'm not sure about this, but my wife may have done it. These are two very abnormal, unusual defenses. How would a juror feel that a guy is throwing his wife under the bus? Okay, his wife's a defendant as well. If Bob is acquitted, if Senator Menendez is acquitted, and he doesn't take the stand in his case, and then his wife is tried in September, guess what he can do? He can get on the stand in her defense and say, I did it.
Judge, he's still running for re-election.
And they can't prosecute him because he already will have been acquitted, and double jeopardy prohibits that second prosecution.
Yeah, the Menendez legal team tried to, this was their opening argument, they said that because Bob's parents were immigrants in the 50s from Cuba, that because of culturally, that's why he stuffs money under his mattress and keeps gold bars in his wife's closet. That's why. I don't know if that works.
I don't know that it works either, but in order to bridge that gap, they tried to get a shrink, a psychiatrist, to testify to it. The judge said, no way, this is not a recognized scientific area of testimony.
Judge, we got to leave it there. Great having you in-house. We appreciate you being with us.